Hey guys, welcome back. This is Attack Career. My name is Sergey Ross. I will be talking about LinkedIn today and the power of LinkedIn, how LinkedIn is the ultimate database that we have at our fingertips, and a lot of it is free. Now, this just comes from one of my followers, and she mentioned that, oh, LinkedIn is so amazing that I helped her to figure this out, and I thought, okay, I'm going to write an article, but I'm actually much better on video. So let me talk about it, and I'll show you how to do it with on-screen recordings after. So I think LinkedIn is huge because it's not only the database where you have so many people from many different companies, but it's also the database that has networking effects, right? So people on LinkedIn go on the network, they share their content, they deliver value for others, they get value for themselves, and because of those networking effects, people update their information. So you have information that is up to date. You have their titles, you have their companies, you have maybe their summaries, maybe what they did at those companies. Those are gold. This is a golden information for somebody who's looking for a job. And LinkedIn is great for many different things: marketing, sales, job search. I'm looking at it for now just from the perspective of the job search. I won't be looking at it from other perspectives. Happy to do it later on, but this is not the purpose of this video. So if you're looking at it from the job search and you have LinkedIn free account, well, the LinkedIn free account is cool, but you can't do too much with it at scale. And what I mean by that is, if you watched my course, if you haven't, I'm happy to send you a link. Just comment below this video. I'm currently still doing some testing, just finalizing the content. So if you watched my course, what I always talk about, if you're looking for a job, start with the industry, what industry you're looking for, and then you go into what type of companies you're looking to target. You always want to be as specific as possible. So say you have 20 people, 20 companies, or maybe 40 companies. So you have those companies, then you put them on LinkedIn, and then it gives you a list of people who are in those companies, all of the employees, right? Say 10,000 people or maybe 15,000 people. And then from that, you can slice them by function, by the title. Then you can get to a really nice list that you can work with. And I'll show you what can you do with this thing. So to do that, you can't really do it effectively on LinkedIn, on a free LinkedIn. You need LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And because of the different interface, because it's a completely different interface, it's much easier to slice and dice, save search, create certain criteria, then save those criteria, and then you can export those people. You can do like profile visits. You can do a bunch of cool things with another tool that's called Linked Helper, which I will show you how to do. And then when you start doing that, you can reach out to people at scale. You reach out to people at scale, at massive scale. And then after that, you start getting responses. Then you meet with somebody in person, and then you start get the process going. You just present your value, sell yourself, and then you can just get to that interview, and then do an interview, and then you get the job. So I explain all this bunch of steps in my course, but the purpose for the whole thing starts with LinkedIn, because yes, you can do phone calls. Phone calls are cool, but it's much better to do it with LinkedIn. It's so much faster. You can reach so many more people, and also it's the timing of the message, right? Because you sometimes catch a person on the phone call at the wrong time. They're pissed off, and if you send a message, it's way better. They read it at the time when they're happy or whatever, and then they give you the response. So I will show you right now what are the things you can do with LinkedIn Sales Navigator and LinkedIn Helper in the on-screen recording. Okay, just want to show you how does the LinkedIn Navigator work, and also some of the tools that you can use to slice and dice the data in the way that I described in the part 1 of the video. So here we have the normal LinkedIn as the free product. Now, LinkedIn Navigator is about $85 a month, so it's pretty expensive, but I think it's absolutely worth it if you are looking for a job, and if you are looking for a job at scale, which I think is the most efficient way of doing it. So if you have a LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you will see on the top right here, Sales Navigator icon. I'm going to click here, and it will send you to this completely different interface. Here you have the feed. And the feed is pretty cool because what it does, it actually shows you the leads and accounts that you follow. the updates, right? So for example, if I'm following these people, so in this case, I'm following 2 people, I think, Casey and Mark. What's going to happen in my feed? I'm going to see the update from Mark. He shared an article, right? So I can send him a message, send him a LinkedIn email message with an article, say, hey, this is the insight that I got, and you can build your conversation on that. So super valuable. But what I wanted to show you is, so for example, you have an industry, you know what the type of job you want or the type of roles of employers that you'd like to connect with. So how do you do that? So say you want to connect with a product manager. Let's say we're going to type product manager. We're going to get a bunch of product managers here, 12 million people, which is great. Now we're going to slice them by geography, right? So we're looking, say, in Toronto, Canada. So if you're looking in Toronto, Canada, we'll get smaller number. We could have 164,000 people. Well, that's good. Now, if we are looking at certain specific industries, so say we are looking at telecommunications. So now we have people in telecommunications, but also super important to have specific companies that you're targeting. So for example, if you're looking for a job as a product manager, go on Glassdoor, go on LinkedIn, go on Indeed, find companies that you'd like to work for based on rating, based on the product, create a list of those companies and then add these companies here, right? So say we want to work for Ericsson. So it's Ericsson, and we're going to say maybe TELUS. TELUS has quite a lot of employees here. And we're just going to add another company, let's say TD. So we have 725 people, but I'm going to get rid of this keyword because this keyword makes the search a little broader. It does not always pick up the product managers. It also picks up people that are not related to product. Here it shows see, it shows product marketing. We don't really want product marketing. We just want the product managers. So I'm going to get rid of this keyword. It shows 3,000 people, and this is just all employees in telecommunications. But I'm going to add the function, and I'm going to go in the function, and I'm going to add product management. So we have 126 people, and these are all people from product management, right? Now, it sometimes also adds people that are not in product. So for example, business consultant, maybe they did some other work. So this is maybe not the best target. If you want to be super specific, I would recommend go to title, and you can say current, and you can say current or past. So you don't lose too many results, and you can say product. Just one word. So whoever has product in their title will show up. What you can also do is you can say VP, right? So if you want to talk to VPs, great. Maybe you want to talk to vice president, right? Depending on what that person has in the title. So this is great. Now we have this 118 people that we want to talk to. Maybe let's just cut down the list, make it a little shorter, just for the sake of example. So 12 people, great. So what do? How do we use this list? So I also recommend using another tool. It's called Linked Helper. So you install the plugin for Google Chrome, and then you'll have this extension that pops up. It's about $15 a month. So what it does, it runs automatic scripts on LinkedIn, and you can do a bunch of things. You can invite your second or third connections automatically with a customized message that has first name, last name, that is customizable. You can do things like profile auto visiting, so you can visit people's profiles automatically so they get the visibility that you are interested in them. This is pretty cool as well. You can endorse all your contacts, extract the profiles of other people. So today I want to show you how to extract people's profiles and get their emails. So how do we do that? We click collect, and then we're going to say it's going to be a new list. It's going to be demo V1. And then I'm going to add this list. Stop collecting. Let's collect these people. So it should collect those 13 people, which it did. So the next step, what we do here, say view collected. So we have this people that they collected. So what we do next is we click select all, and then we will do download selected, and then we click download CSV file. So this is cool. So now we have those people and we downloaded the CSV file from these folks. And what it has, what the CSV file has is, it has the profile URL, here's first, last name, avatar, which we don't need. It has the title and the company. So this is great. So now what we do is, what I would recommend is just filter by company. This is how I do it. Just filter by company, say descendant, and then here we will enter email, right? So say this is Thales, or let's start with Ericsson. Okay, this is Ericsson. These are the people from Ericsson. So we want to identify the pattern for people who have the email pattern for people who work at Ericsson. So the way you do it, just go to hunter.io, and then here just enter ericsson.com. And then you're going to get the pattern, first dot last name at ericsson.com. Now, it might be a little bit different. It varies. It's not 100% perfect, but this is pretty good. So what we do here, we take first, last name. We take first name. Then we say and, we put period. Then we put another and, we add this. And then we say and then we say at ericsson.com. So what it does, what it gives us is an email, right? We guess the pattern, and this is what we get. So cool. So now we have an emails of those people. Some of them will be correct, some of them might not be super correct, but again, we got them for free. So what we do here now is we go to another tool. It's a tool called snow.io, and in that tool you can do some pretty cool things. So you can, hopefully it opens up, right? So you can import that list, right? So you can import from the file, and you can add these people onto your list. So say you're going to call them product managers, and then after you did that, you can go to this tool, and there's this button called campaigns. So you create your own campaign for these people that you will be sending emails. So here you will send the first email, right? You will say something, first name. So this will be dynamically populated. Do you have 10 minutes for a chat? And then you're going to add your copy. And then after that, so you send the first email to those people, to those Ericsson people. Now, after that, you have a trigger. What it says is, so if the contact open an email in 2 days, right? If they did open an email, great. They're gonna send them a thank you email, or they're gonna send them whatever, maybe a piece of content or something, and this will be done automatically. Or if they didn't open an email in 2 days, then you're gonna send them an email saying, hey, did you get my last message? And this is great because it's all automated. Now, you can add another trigger. Say another 2 days went by, they didn't open an email. Then you can say, well, it's going to send them another email, third email. So then you can send them a bunch of emails. So this is what you do on the email front to get these people's attention. And you're not wasting a massive amount of time in doing that because you have a lot of people. I just gave you an example of those 13. You can have 600 people or 1,000 people, and then you can be sending emails. So this is a hard thing to do, and it's hard to keep track of them. So you can use this automation tool. Now, I believe there's limitation to that for the free account, but you could always pay for it. It's not that expensive. It's $20-$30 a month, and I mean, end of the day, when you're looking for a job, you're not going to be looking for a job for probably longer than 2 months, 3 months with the tools that I'm giving you. And the goal here is to book a meeting. After you book the meeting, you're good to go. If you book 50 meetings and then you do the right things, you come prepared, then you're going to get the job anyways. So this is something that you can do here. And then another things in this tool are you can also do invite second and third connections. So you can say collect. So if you say collect, right, it will show you the connections that you have for second or third connections from the list of your network. And I'm not going to do it right now just for the sake of time, but then you have a message. And this is really cool. It works extremely well. You have your first name, say, I came across your profile, thought you'd be a great person to talk to, and then whatever you say. And then you have a character counter. You can add their company, you can add their position, last name, probably not. But then what also is cool is that you set variables defaults in case that they're not recognized. Now, I have not seen the cases when these variables were not recognized, but in case they're not recognized, you can just add them, the substitutes, and then you make sure that the message reads correctly after you do that. And then you absolutely make sure to click save. So for example, I'm going to make a change here. Then you need to save that, because if you haven't saved, then the last change won't be saved. Then you go to the next section, invite, and then you set a number of invites per period, because LinkedIn will recognize if you go over the limit that it's a bot activity, and then it will limit it could block your profile. So you don't want to do that. So it's just stay in the recommended limits. So say if you want to send 30 invites, you can set probably more. Say you want to send 50 invites to your second degree connections in 12 hours. Or you can export, which you probably don't want to do. But this is pretty cool, because what happens is, say you have a product manager in your own connection, right? Have, for example, this person, vice president product at Ecobee. So he has 500 people in his connections. Those connections from Casey are second degree connections to me, which means that I could run this command, I could run this invite, the friend invite, for free for his connections. And that's pretty incredible, because you get access, you tap into their network, and that's amazing. So for example, if we do that, we click collect, right? We want to go to collect, and we want to collect from general LinkedIn search page. Let's do general, doesn't matter. Actually, let's not do that. I'm just going to show you from the standard page. Go to Sales Nav page. Now we want to invite those second degree connections. I'll show you how to do it. It's super simple. So these are all second and third degree connections that I could connect with, which is unbelievable, right? I have 850 people in my network. I could connect with 571 million people. That's unbelievable. We obviously don't want to do that. So again, I would just say, geography, right? Because you want to meet these people in person. Go with Toronto again. And we're going to go with, again, function. And then look at the numbers. You want to have a number that is reasonable. Find product management. I don't see it here. I don't see product management here, which is okay. You could try company. Company might be cool, it might not work, but again, you could use this list as well. So for example, I want to look at maybe somebody who's in BMO. And from BMO, let's see if I have any product managers. Doesn't look like I do. So because second degrees connections are only limited to your network, you might not be able to have that luxury of selecting product management as a title, as a function. So what I would suggest is try the title. You can say product manager. Let's see if we can get anything here, which we should. Oh, absolutely we do. So 7,200 people, right? This is great. So now we have these people in product. Oh, now it shows up. So it's a bit weird. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. But this is really critical, because what I really like about it, so for example, you don't have a lot of time. You want to connect with just vice presidents. Cool. So what we're gonna do is say VP, and then we're gonna say Vice President. Doesn't show me. Cool, so we have that. Now we're gonna remove the product manager. So we have, let's see, that number of people, and we still have the title. So we have, that's crazy, we have 1,000 VPs of product that I could connect with. Again, there's lots of different companies. So some people will have this vice president of innovation and stuff like that, that's what it is. Now, the way to limit it more is you could go again by industry. If you want to, say you want to go to computer software, and then we have 110 results. Now, keep in mind that my network is pretty large in product, so that's probably one of the reasons why I have that many people. But then here, you can go with company. So say you have specific companies in mind, you might be looking at a list or not. So say we have 110 people, this is good, right? So then here, what it's also cool is, who changed their jobs in 90 days. It could be interesting, right? Just go in here and then you filter by those people who just started a new role. So that, for example, John just started his new role, whatever that means, right? That might be a great time to reach out to and say, hey, congrats on the role. I just noticed that you just started. We would love to hear your previous experience as being director. This person started their role again. So we can see quite a few people who started their roles, and LinkedIn will show you when. These people posted. I really like that, because one of the ways that you can connect with vice presidents is actually link some sort of post that they wrote and say, hey, Jenny, I've seen you wrote this post. I'm a huge fan of that. I love what you're doing at Cerebri, at the company, at Cerebri AI. Can we grab a coffee, have a chat? Simple, casual, short, and it's very likely will work. If it doesn't work, you have the sequence, you have this. And those people are busy, right? So when you attack them, when you hammer them with an email, you hammer them with a friend request, you send them a bunch of, like auto profile visits, you do it consistently, it actually works very well. So you can do that. So you got the list, say you want to use maybe this 18 people. Then you have invite connection, same thing you do, you click collect, you collect the list, then you have a message, and you're going to send this message to those people, and boom, your invites are on the way. Now you're connected. And then after they connect, you can send an automated message as well. So there's another feature in this tool, which it says, let's see, automated messages to recently added connections. So you can do autoresponder. So it shows you the people that you added to your network, and then you can run autorespond message to those people as well. So you can create a template, run that. I haven't tried this feature yet myself. You can also extract companies, but I don't think it's too relevant for job search. Most information is already on LinkedIn. Remove connections. So this is what I wanted to show you in this video. What you need, and this is one of the reasons why LinkedIn Sales Navigator, LinkedIn is the ultimate database, is because if you use LinkedIn Sales Navigator, if you use Linked Helper, if you use Hunter.io to guess emails, as we did here, if you use tools like Snow.io to build your email tool, you are in business. You can create a campaign where you're targeting specific people, you're sending them friend requests, you're sending them email, you're sending them email, you can call them, and then you do it in the target manner. Something like this. This is a sequence that you could use. For example, day 1, you send them friend request, do the profile auto visit, and you run this script. Then you wait 1 day, send the first email, say I'm looking for help and advice. Then you wait 1 day, do another LinkedIn profile visit. Then you wait 1 day, send them second email. Another day, send them LinkedIn email, and then profile auto visit. After another day, second email friend request. So say you send them a friend request, right? Send them the first time friend request, they didn't respond, they're busy, whatever. Send them another friend request. They get a notification, this is great. So what you do is here, you go to your LinkedIn, you go to My Network, and what do you do is say you go to your pending invitations, you go to Manage All, and then you go to Send. I have a bunch here, right? I use LinkedIn pretty actively, so I have a bunch of this connections. You click Select, Withdraw. Boom, you withdraw this invitation that you sent. This is again free. Then you go back and then you send another friend request. Then after that, you send the 4th email, LinkedIn profile auto visit, do the call. It's been whatever, it's been like 6 days, 7 days. Just send them a call, give them a call. Say, hey, I've been trying to reach you for a week. Couldn't really connect with you. Have you had a chance to read my last message? Then you try finding them on Facebook or Instagram. These people could be there. If they post, if they're active, if they're a VP, the chances are they will be there. Instagram, if you find them on Instagram, they have the open public profile. You can DM them right away there. Wait another 2 days, then you can send them another friend request, do another call. And because your list is going to be huge, right? This is just 4 people, but if you do, this is just 110 VPs. If you do the bigger list, if you add product managers, then the chances for you of connecting are huge. People will respond to you. And that's really all you need. So to say, if you say product, then you can see you're gonna get 1,000. So from 1,000, you're gonna get 50, 60 responses. If the person does respond, the chances of them agreeing to a meeting are very high. So you get about 40 people agreeing, 38, 35 will show up. You have 35 meetings out of those 1,000. You add another 500 people, just find more people. Again, we are just looking at second, third degree connections. If you just do the search, you'll find more people. You get your 60 coffee meetings. 60 coffee meetings. You're gonna get, say, 30 people who are going to agree to talk to their HR, get a referral, do whatever. You're gonna get in the door in those 20 companies. You're gonna be prepared by having the right answers, having the right pitch, having the right value prop. Out of those 20 companies, you're going to get 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 offers. So you start with 2,000, you start with 1,000 people, you do 60 coffee meetings, you get in the door of 30 companies, you do 20 interviews, get maybe 10 interviews. You are so prepared, you're gonna get a few offers. That's how I see it working out, and you don't have to go too far. You can do it all on LinkedIn, but again, you need to be prepared. You need to know what to do, how to do it, and that's the reason I would recommend my course. So hopefully this was helpful. I know I run a little over time, but let me know what you think, what questions you have. Happy to do a follow-up and jump into some specific sections that are briefly covered in this video. Thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.